Chautauqua Park is a historic landmark dating back over 100 years to when the city of Boulder began preserving wildlands. It all began when in 1898 the residents of Boulder approved a bond to be able to purchase 80 acres. The Boulder Valley was originally home to Native Americans, the Southern Arapaho tribe who ran a village near Haystack Mountain. Other Native Americans like the Utes, Cheyennes, Comanches, and Sioux visited the village occasionally. In 1959, Boulder voters approved the Blue Line City Charter Amendment. This restricted city water service to altitudes below 5,750 feet in an effort to protect the mountain backdrop from development. It helped to establish Boulder Parks and Recreation Department in 1961.
Chautauqua Park is a Category 5 IUCN, which is a protected landscape that is managed for conservation and recreation. It covers an entire body of land with an explicit natural conservation plan, but usually also accommodates a range of for-profit activities. With it being a Category 5, this means that the interaction of people and nature over time has produced an area of distinct character with significant ecological, biological, cultural, and scenic value, and where safeguarding the integrity of this interaction is vital to protecting and sustaining the area and it is associated nature conservation and other values. The main threat to Chautauqua is unsustainable visitor use over tourism. This exquisite park is open year-round and houses many amenities, like picnic areas, playgrounds, restrooms, tennis courts, demonstration garden, hiking trails, bike racks, parking lots, and bike route access. All of these amenities that are offered make it a large target for unsustainable use. Boulder is a city of just over 100,000, so the attention it receives is great. The park staff realize the unsustainable visitor use, and that is why it is closed during the week.
Inappropriate land use is the most plausible action contributing to our direct threat. Current infrastructure in the area draws all potential natural area users to Chautauqua and the main trail rather than the rest of the FlatIrons, simply because it is easier to access. With wider roads and paths, more depth on on-site parking facilities, as well as encouraged overflow parking options in local residential areas, this management has allowed visitation numbers to spiral out of control and past acceptable activity levels. Original and historic plans of the Chautauqua area simply did not account for the rapid population growth in Boulder. Even after many original structures have been dismantled and further facilities improved like parking, it is not enough. Modern use must change by pulling potential users of Chautauqua to other areas of the FlatIrons like Boulder Mountain Park, which is managed by the same destination management organization, the OSMP. OSMP being Open Space and Mountain Parks. The OSMP has multiple planning frameworks in place to help push the management of areas towards more sustainable use. The OSMP has a Boulder area-specific master plan, a Chautauqua-specific plan, policy and guidance plans, and ecological plans that include attitudinal studies and proposed leave-no-trace efforts.
The Boulder Destination Management Organization, called Open Space and Mountain Parks, has used multiple planning tools to understand and mitigate threats in Chautauqua. Visitation assessments were taken and turned into interactive maps to gauge daily visitor use on separate trails in natural open areas throughout the FlatIrons. These assessments conclude that Chautauqua is by far the most overused natural area in Boulder's open areas, coming in around 10 to 13 times the use of other areas around it.
Since then, they have attempted to modify current facilities, such as grading the current access trail through Chautauqua so that it is less susceptible to erosion. On top of this, increased use of volunteer rangers has allowed a better eyes-on approach to protecting the park and informing guests. There is also an upcoming event held by the OSMP to address current ecological projects, including restoring undesignated social trails that have been listed for closure as part of the OSMP Master Management Plan. These trails can fragment and disturb natural areas. To further mitigate overuse of the park, it is now only open on the weekend, Friday through Saturday. While these tools are well-meaning, it seems that inappropriate visitor behavior as well as overuse due to improper management has continued with little reduction. Accessibility is still far too easy compared to the other areas of the FlatIrons, showing that convenience is still most important to visitors in this case.
The first recognizable principle that is being used by the park is effective environmental planning. This can be seen within the eco-friendly facilities and systems throughout the park. These include recycling bins, composting containers, water-efficient shower heads and faucets, as well as toilets, eco-friendly soaps, hair products, and alternative cooling systems. Currently, the park is blocking off heavily degraded trails and some open spaces in an attempt to let them regain an original healthy state. As mentioned earlier, increased use of volunteer rangers allows better policing of visitors, resulting in better behavior. The added implementation of weekend-only use helps to mitigate the impact from improper use caused by the inadequate management of other areas, as well as the over-facilitation of this one. The final important principle of assessment of human-caused threats is seen in the visitation estimate of the City of Boulder Open Space and Mountain Parks study. This analysis shows the drastic overuse of Chautauqua compared to other areas of the FlatIrons. As mentioned previously, it is clear that the Chautauqua Main Trail often gathers 10 times the amount of traffic as other similar areas and is surely caused by the convenience that the location offers.
We want to thank you for watching our project video. We also want to thank our sources at the OSMP for aiding in the collection of this information. We hope that you've walked away knowing a little bit more about your own backyard.